Okay, we are now live and on the record for Thursday morning's criminal docket for February 3rd, 2022, and I'll start with quick announcements. Okay, Mr. Saldana?
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Saldana, present on behalf of Francisco Carrion, number 8 on your docket.
Okay, CR 20-07576-I, Francisco David Carrion. Is Mr. Carrion present?
Yes, he is, Your Honor. He may have his camera off and his microphone off. The only reason being is he is currently at work. He's a teacher, but he is present.
Okay, where is he?
He's on mine. I don't know if he's on the same as yours. I have mine on gallery view, and he is on the second page.
Does he have his name on there?
Yes.
Okay, I do see his name on there. Well, I need him to be on because it's my understanding that he has some violations. So let me hear from Ms. Soto first before I decide how I'm going to proceed.
Very well, Your Honor.
Judge, on this case, I haven't received proof that he obtained the mobile device, Judge. I emailed the information to the attorney in December. I've been trying to get a hold of Mr. Carrillo, no response from him, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Saldana, has your client given you proof?
As far as a receipt, no, he has not. Actually, I don't recall a violation. I do recall there being issues at first with him getting the interlock device itself, but my understanding is that, it was put in. I don't recall a violation, though.
Well, the violation is that there's no proof that he's obtained it. The violation is also that he has not been answering his phone when the probation department calls. If he's a teacher, then I'm sure he understands what it is to follow instructions and how to get things done. So I'm going to give you a short reset. He needs to make himself available with the camera and with the microphone. So I'm going to give you a short reset until Tuesday, and he needs to make himself available present on the camera. So if he has a conference period, let us know. Maybe we can bring him on a little bit later. And if not, then he needs to find somebody to watch his class while he gets on, because he will be on and he needs to answer my questions, okay?
Very well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, then he'll return on Tuesday, February 8th at 9:30. If you need a different time, let us know, okay?
Okay, thank you. May I be excused?
You certainly may, sir. Thank you. Mr. Alvarez?
Yes, Your Honor. I have Miguel Garza, Your Honor.
Okay, what number?
I do not know the number in your document. My apologies for that, Your Honor, but I do have a cause number.
Okay, who did you say your client's name was?
Miguel Ángel Garza, CR 20-05977.
Okay, that's number 24 on the court's docket. Miguel Ángel Garza Jr., are you present?
I also had him in the 370, Your Honor. We got that case reset to March 17th. This is a case that's it's out of the same transaction. This young man was, and the court may be aware.
I do see him. Miguel, I need you to remove your cap. Take your cap off. Thank you, sir. Okay, go on, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. This is a gentleman that the court may be aware was, he was assaulted by 2 Mission police officers. At the time of this incident, he was charged with assault of public servant and this resisting arrest. Provided the video that was uploaded on a local news stream, and the DA's office is looking on the felony case and thinking of dismissing the assault of public servant because he was assaulted, and it was a videotape where he was being beaten by 2 Mission police officers, and those, my understanding, they have been fired. But that case was reset to March 17th in the 370th.
Okay. Then go ahead and come back on March the 24th.
Okay.
To give us a status at 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor. May I be excused and may he be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Almanzo?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I have 2 cases on the court's docket today, Your Honor. The first one is number 66. Omar
Okay.
Barial.
CR 20-07914-I, and I believe the state has an announcement on that.
Yes, Judge, the state has filed a dismissal on the 31st of January.
Okay,
And my client is present, Your Honor, but I wasn't sure if the court wanted him present, even though it's already been dismissed.
okay, Mr. Villarreal, the case has already been dismissed, so you are excused, and best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, your next case?
Your Honor, my next case is number 21, CR-20-09306-I, Rogelio Cuellar.
Okay, and is Mr. Cuellar present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, this was the court wanted to set him for this because there was some admonishments at the last hearing. You wanted to make sure that he was complying with the Lifesaver mobile device. We still need some more time, Your Honor. The state's recommendation requires 3 days in jail. So there's some issues with that. I just need some more time to discuss the plea deal with my client.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you have a report on Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, Judge, he has his mobile device with Lifesaver, and there's no violations.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cuellar, well, I appreciate you following the court's order, and now that you're back on track. Okay, I'll give you an opportunity to discuss that with your client, and how much time do you need?
Your Honor, I would just ask for 45 days, Your Honor.
Okay, March 10th at 9:30. I'll only bring him in sooner if he has violations.
Thank you, Your Honor. And that's all I have before the court. May me and my client be excused.
I just need an updated phone number, Mr. Cuellar, for you.
It's 956-424-8124.
Okay, thank you, sir. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mora?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, what number, sir?
Judge, I think it was 44 on the docket.
Okay, and what is your client's name?
Julio Cesar Martinez.
Okay, and is Mr. Martinez present?
I know he called this morning. He should be somewhere.
Okay, Julio Cesar Martinez, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, he's right there. And what is your announcement, counselor?
Judge, we're still waiting to work the deal out. There's a felony that we're needing to take care of and see if we can wrap everything together.
Okay, are you also representing him on the assault?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so.
Okay, because can you file, I don't know if it's just that maybe it got overlooked, but can you file a notice of appearance on the CR 21-11744-I? It's still not naming you as the attorney.
Yes, ma'am, we can do that.
Okay. Okay, and how much time are you requesting, counselor?
Judge, I don't know when we're set for the felony, but 30 days should work.
Okay, March 10th at 9:30.
Judge, if I may,
Sure.
I don't see a felony in either jailings or in attorney cases. I'm not sure if Mr. Mora would have a case number.
I don't have it, Judge. My staff is actually looking for the file right now. If I'm not mistaken, there was a felony that was included in this, and I don't know if it's been indicted or not.
Okay, well, I'll give you, during that time period, just go ahead and look into it. It could be that it was rejected also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll see you back here on March 10th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Mr. Reyes?
Morning, Judge. Number 34, Miguel Lugo Jr.
Okay, good morning, sir. CR 20-06594-I. Miguel Lugo. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Jimenez, Benito Jimenez, please take your cap off. Señor Jimenez, por favor, ¿se puede quitar la gorra? Gracias. Okay, Mr. Lugo, I'm sorry. Can you announce yourself again?
Miguel Lugo.
Okay, got you. All right. And what is your announcement, counselor?
Judge, there was a felony pending, a check with felony intake, and apparently the felony was filed as a misdemeanor. However, I don't know whether there's a new misdemeanor coming in or this misdemeanor POM is the new charge.
Okay, maybe Mr. Sosa can shed some light on that.
That's correct, Judge. We have a Class A POM at intake. I'm going
Okay,
to staff the case and see if perhaps we can either plea that case out or the Class B and reach out to defense.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and give you an opportunity to discuss that. How much time are you needing, Mr. Reyes?
Judge, maybe 3 weeks.
Well, if it's still at intake,
Okay.
I'll go ahead and give you till. I'm sorry, did somebody say Miss Losa? Oh, I thought I heard her. Okay, March 24th
Real good.
at 9:30. Okay, Mr. Lugo, we'll see you then.
Thank you, Judge.
ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Rivas?
Your Honor, I have number 9 on your docket, Enrique de la Fuente Castellanos. He's right in front of me, Your Honor.
Okay, CR 210865-I, what is your announcement?
We're gonna be asking for more time on this one, Your Honor. We're still working on some video on this case.
Okay, any announcement from the state?
Just we've left a message with a Mercedes PD judge, as well as sent some faxes, which I think were returned. We're gonna follow up on that and get back to defense as soon as possible.
All right, how much time do we need then for that process?
I would say 30 days, Judge.
Okay. March 3rd at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. May we be excused?
You certainly may, sir. Thank you. Ms. Morales, Mr. Morales, I'm sorry.
Yes, good morning, Judge. I have number 6 on your docket this morning, Yasmin Barrera.
CR 21-10170-I, and I did see Ms. Barrera logged in. I just need for her to turn on her camera, please. Ms. Barrera, can you please turn on your camera? Thank you. Okay, next time that you come before me, do not be in your robe, do not be in your bed. You need to be dressed appropriately, okay? All right, go ahead.
Yes, Judge, there is an offer on the table from the DA's office. I have conveyed that offer to my client. She has not responded or replied to the offer. Can I have a quick 3-week reset so that she can make a decision one way or the other if she wants to plea or trial?
All right, March 3rd at 9:30, and please have a talk with her about courtroom etiquette.
I sure will, Judge, and my
Thank you.
apologies.
Not your fault. Okay,
May I be excused?
yes,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you. All right, Ms. Garza?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 3, 4, and 5.
CR 21-09864-I, CR 20-06221-I, and CR 20-06222-I. State of Texas versus Raul Arredondo. Is Mr. Arredondo present?
Yes, Your Honor, I did see him on your, he's on the second screen.
Okay. I do see him now. All right, go ahead. What is your announcement, Counselor?
Yes, Judge, in this case, we are asking that he be screened for the domestic violence court.
Okay.
I did speak to Rebecca Saldana yesterday, and that was to be the announcement today.
Okay, and how much time are y'all thinking that'll take?
Judge, I believe that probation should be forwarding the information to domestic violence Maritza Delgado. I think she's the probation officer there, who will then forward the information to the counselor for the first screening. There's I believe 2 screenings that he has to go through first.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you happen to know how long? Is that like a 60-day process or?
Judge, I would say about 30 days.
Okay. All right, then let's come back on March the 10th at 9:30. And let's see if by then they've completed everything and whether or not he's accepted.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
No, Judge, I'll go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. The PR bond.
Oh, yes, Judge, I do have another request on behalf of Mr. Arredondo. Currently, he is out on bond. He has a bondsman. However, Judge, because these cases are taking longer than expected, the bondsman is charging more money to Mr. Arredondo I think every year or something like that. We are asking if Your Honor can modify the bond to a PR bond so that he can be released from the bondsman.
On each of those cases? Because I believe he has a cash surety on each of them, right?
Yes, Judge, and he has the same bondsman for all three. Is that correct, Mr. Arredondo?
Same bondsman for two, and the violation of protective order is another one, another bondsman. But
Which bondsman is the one that you need to be released from?
it's
Is it on the
illegal.
first two?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
First two.
so that would be the CR.
No, it's the A Mingo is the resisting arrest and the assault on a family member.
That's
Yes.
the one, yes.
Okay, so those two, all right. Okay, is the state opposed to a PR bond?
Judge, the state would respectfully request some time just to prepare for the bond hearing. Also, Ms. Saldaña, I would like to speak to her and see what her opinion is on it. If we can maybe handle this administratively, if defense counsel can reach out via email, I'll be happy to staff the case and see if we can do a PR bond with a condition of stay away from victim.
Okay, I don't have an issue with that. That way you all have an opportunity to also speak to Ms. Saldaña. Y'all can go ahead and do it administratively, and then if it comes through, we'll go ahead and sign off on it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Judge, Judge, can I get a current phone number for him, Judge?
Sure, Mr. Arredondo, what is your current phone number?
956-250-8191.
Thank you.
Okay. Make sure you answer when they call, sir, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor, may be excused.
You certainly may.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Garza?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I have number 46, State versus Gisela Olivares.
Okay, good morning, sir. CR 21-10457-I. Gisela Olivares. Ms. Olivares, are you present? Gisela Olivares. Okay, I do see her. She's on mute. All right, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we're still missing the, we submitted a request for the video discovery. We have the PDF discovery, but we're missing the video that we made a request for recently. Submitted.
Okay, did you submit a USB?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, are you showing that you all received the USB for the digital evidence?
Yes, Judge, it was submitted 2 days ago. We'll follow up with our administration and see if it's ready and reach out to defense if it is.
Okay, as soon as it's ready, the state will let you know so that you can go by and get it, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much time are you requesting then? That should be ready pretty soon.
30 days will be fine, Your Honor.
Okay, March 3rd at 9:30. And
Thank you,
we'll
Your
see
Honor.
you then, Ms. Olivares.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, anything else, Mr. Garza?
No, Your Honor, that's all I have. May I be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. De Luna?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir.
Judge, the first one I have is number 20. I can't see if I see if it's either 28 or 29, State of Texas versus John Horner.
Okay,
08655.
okay, that's number 29 on the court docket, CR 21-08658-I. John Horner, I did see Mr. Horner is present. Okay, go ahead.
Judge, on that one, we filed a motion to suppress. We filed it, and we're just going to be. The order should be, if it's not in the court's queue today, Judge, it should be by tomorrow. So respectfully, I guess whenever it gets there, we could just be asking for a suppression date on that one.
Okay, so on your order setting hearing, did you indicate if that would be virtual or in person?
You know what? You honestly, Judge, I don't remember. My
Okay.
office is the one that filed it yesterday, and I don't know if they filed it. I don't know how they filed it on that case. I just know that we had filed a suppression on it. So
Okay, are you requesting in person or virtual?
I would request in person on that one, Judge.
Okay, if for some reason it's not on there, just for the sake of time, we'll go ahead and delineate it in there and state that it's in person. Okay, and that, let me just see, Ms. Rivera, do you see that order setting hearing being filed?
Yes, Judge, it was accepted and I'll request it from the clerk.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get that set for you, Mr. Horner. And Ms. Soto, do you have any reports on Mr. Horner?
Judge, he has his interlock device with Lifesaver and there's no violations.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Horner, may I have an updated phone number for you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I certainly can.
Okay, 956-310-1485.
Okay, sir, then your next setting will be your suppression hearing, and we'll get that set for you and sent to your attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sir, you are excused.
Thank you.
Your next case, sir?
Judge, I have number 58, the state of Texas versus Luis Santana. CR 17, I think it's 09474. Should be number
Okay.
50.
CR 17-04474-I. Luis Santana. Mr. Santana, are you present?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Okay, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Judge, on this one, we're actually set for a motion to suppress on the 8th.
Okay, it's set for a virtual. So if you do want, did you want to modify that to in person?
Judge, I guess if possible, I'd like to have it in person.
Okay.
I would prefer an in-person one if possible on that one, Judge.
Okay, then I'm gonna, if you can please do me a favor and file an order resetting hearing and indicate that it'll be in person and it'll be removed from Tuesday's docket and you'll be placed on the in-person docket.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, if I may?
Sure.
On a separate case, on the 8th, Mr. De Luna also has Lucio. It's not on today's docket, but it is virtual, so I'm not sure if he'd like the same thing for an in-person.
Yes, Judge, I do remember Mr. Lucio's case, but I would, if possible, if I could file another amended order on that one, Your Honor, for an in-person, on that one, I'd like to do that also, Judge.
That's fine. Go ahead and do that and then we'll get that set for you on an in-person. The only thing is I believe our next in-person for suppressions might be April. I'm not sure.
Judge, if I'm sorry, Judge, I think it's March the 31st, so pretty.
Oh, okay. Then those will be set for March 31st.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, state has a quick announcement.
Sure.
Mr. De Luna, we sent you an email a few days ago letting you know that there are DVDs available. We would need you to submit a USB for your review.
I'll get that to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I apologize that we haven't gotten it to you yet, but my office will have it to you this afternoon or later than tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you have a report on Mr. Santana?
Judge, his device was removed on August 2nd of 2021.
Okay. Okay, then Mr. Santana will go ahead and see you at your next setting, which will be your suppression hearing, and that'll be on March 31st. Your attorney will let you know which courtroom to report to, okay?
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
And then
You are excused.
Sorry, just the last one I have is number 23, Judge, State of Texas for Gerardo Garza.
Okay, Gerardo, I have Gonzalo Garza.
Gonzalo, sorry. I wrote
Okay,
it
CR 21-10128-I. Mr. Garza, are you present? Gonzalo Garza.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Judge, on this one, I'm just asking for a next setting, Judge. I think this is, I made my first appearance the last time. I believe I substituted in for somebody at that time, Judge. Just asking for whatever the court can give me on the next setting so I can try to see if we can get this case resolved.
Okay, March 10th at 9:30. If you're ready for a plea or is he PTD eligible? I mean, for a POM placement?
No, Judge, I don't think he would be.
Okay.
He doesn't have any priors, but I'm not sure if the felony disqualifies him.
Okay. Ms. Lozano, do you know if a felony would disqualify him then?
You would have to, I usually, if they're first time offenders or there's a felony, I usually say apply on the felony. Because they also obviously have PTD, and then maybe they're placed on the felony and then the misdemeanor is taken care of in the felony court.
Okay.
I'll do that, Your Honor. I'll get with the felony prosecutor about maybe applying for something with that, some kind of PTD or whatever, and then we can hopefully get this one worked out as part of that plea.
Okay, well, let us know. It'll be March 10th at 9:30. That gives you about 45 days.
Okay. And that's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
You certainly may. Thank you. Mr. Garza, you are also excused.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
Miss, you're welcome, sir. Ms. Diaz?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 60 on your docket, the Roan Scout. He is present, Judge.
Okay.
The announcement is, Judge, is that my client is applying for a PTD, Judge. I only had one question for the state. I understood that if there's certain cases they don't need to do and receive the drug letter, this is a criminal trespass. I wanted to see with the state if he still requires that letter for the drug testing.
My understanding is that we required for all PTD, but I may be mistaken.
I was in another hearing, Judge, where they told me they weren't, so that's why I'm just verifying, because that's the only thing that we're lacking is the letter in order for him to complete the packet.
Okay. Can you get that letter for him to get his UA done, please?
Of course.
Okay. And that's
Thank
on
you, Judge.
CR 21-10169-I. And Mr. Stout, where's Mr. Stout?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, then I'll give you an opportunity to do that. And then go ahead and they're gonna need to review it once he completes that. So I'm gonna set you for status on March the 24th at 9:30. However, if for some reason he is ready for placement, let us know and we'll get you moved.
Most definitely. Thank you, Mr. Sosa, for the information.
Of course, Ms. Diaz. Do you know when your client would be available to take the UA?
He's on notice that when he has to do it within 24 hours of you sending us the letter.
Okay, I'll send it sometime for this week then.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
You certainly may, ma'am. Thank you.
Stay warm. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, Miss Cibrian. Go ahead and unmute, ma'am. There's a microphone at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead and push that. And there you are. Can you hear me?
Sí.
Ah, ok. ¿Quién es su abogado, ma'am?
Jorge Muñiz.
Ok, ahorita lo vamos a contactar a ver si se va a presentar, ¿ok?
Sí, gracias.
Ok, de nada. Nomás espere ahí. Gracias. Ok, Mr. Garcia?
Yes, good morning. This is Jaime Roel Garcia on behalf of Mr. Juan Jose Ovalle Limon. This is number 1 on your criminal docket.
All right, CR 21-10631-I. And is Mr. Limon present?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Limon, can you please announce yourself?
Good morning.
Good morning. I need for you to turn your camera on, sir.
Let me see. Wait.
Okay. All right. And what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, we have Mr. Limon has a felony pending indictment. It's out of a separate transaction. However, he's a resident alien, and so we're trying to work, kind of trying to minimize the damage of all this. So we're going to be asking for some more time to see what we can work out when the felony comes in.
Okay. I have that he still needs to be arraigned on this. Is that correct? Go ahead, Ms. Rivera.
Judge, in reviewing the case, the waiver has been submitted, so it should have been set as a status, Judge.
Okay. Okay, so how much time are you requesting, counselor?
30 days will work, Your Honor.
Okay, March 3rd at 9:30. Mr.
Thank you, Your
Limon,
Honor.
we'll see you back on March 3rd at 9:30, okay?
Thank you.
All right, have a good day. Any other case, sir?
No, Your Honor, that's all I have. May we be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too, sir. Thank you. Ms.
Thank you.
Cedillo?
Hi, Judge. Good morning. I'm on here on number 52 on the court's docket. My client is Noe Ramos, and he should be on it. I saw his name earlier.
CR 21-00985-I. Noe Ramos, is Mr. Ramos present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, keep your camera on, sir. All right, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, same announcement as the previous announcements. We're still waiting on the felony to be indicted. I double checked in January and then again this morning, and I don't show that felony evading has been indicted. It is out of the same transaction, Judge.
Okay. Let's come back on March 24th then
Yes, Your Honor.
at 9:30. That gives him another 60 days.
Yes, Your Honor. That's all I have before the court this morning, Judge.
Okay, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Likewise. All right, Mr. Davis?
Good morning, Judge. Robert Davis Jr. here for Mr. Ryan Edward Coit. He's number 31 and 32 on your docket. DR 21, 10447 and 10446.
Okay, good morning, sir. All
Morning.
right, Mr. Coit, Koite.
Yes, hi, Your Honor. I'm present.
Okay, and what is the announcement, counselor?
Judge, I spoke with the prosecutor, I believe, Mr. Sosa, earlier this week. It seems like the state will be have agreed to dismiss both cases if my client does an anger management course and completes the battery intervention prevention program. So we just need some time for my client to be able to do that. I spoke with probation yesterday. I got a list of places where he can take those courses. We just need enough time for him to actually be able to do them.
Okay, any additional announcement from the state?
That's correct, Judge. We've extended alternative dispute resolution recommendations on both cases. I spoke with the victim who wasn't available to testify today, but we will be scheduling victim testimony as soon as possible.
Okay.
That is correct, Judge. My client did inform me that the victim wasn't able to appear today, but if the state is asking that she testify for this case, and it's just that she wasn't able to make it today due to her work scheduling.
Okay. All right, then let's go ahead and come back on March the 24th at 9:30 and see if he's able to get some of those things done. If for some reason the alleged victim is ready to testify sooner than that, just let us know and we accommodate them for that. So that, because their schedule, I understand, I mean, it's important to get their testimony and they're not always available when we normally are scheduled. So if we need to make other accommodations, we can go ahead and do that, okay?
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have.
right.
Will be excused.
Yes, you
Thanks.
both may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Munoz,
Morning, Judge.
good morning.
Judge, I'm sorry, I don't have the docket in front of me.
Are you here in your cases or on Mr. Jorge Munoz's cases?
In my case, Judge.
Okay. What's the name of your client?
Alona
number-
Beria.
63 and 64, Judge.
Okay, Alana, I do see Ms. Villarreal is present, CR 21-04337-I and CR 21-04336-I. I believe the probation department has an announcement.
Judge, on this case, we were waiting for the results on the third drug patch. The results for that one came out to being a positive for marijuana. On the second results, Judge, those were all negative.
All right, Mr. Munoz, were you aware of that?
No, Judge, I wasn't. On this case, we're applying to the pretrial diversion, Judge. We have submitted everything. I wasn't aware that she came out positive for the last drug patch.
Ms. Villarreal, were you aware of that?
No, I was not aware. I have not smoked anything since I got on my first patch in October. If anything, it could have been like secondhand because I was at a party, but I did not partake in anything.
Okay, I wouldn't, don't say anything anymore because,
Okay.
yeah, because you're trying to put on a defense and I'm not sure that your attorney wants to put that defense on right now. I don't know, Mr. Munoz, what do you want to do?
Judge, if we can have, Judge, another reset with another drug patch, see if she comes out negative. I believe it's her first violation. I do believe she will be negative. I do believe she will get into the pretrial diversion program. She's never been arrested before, Judge. This is her first offense. It's a DWI, but it's not related to alcohol, Judge. It was a possession of marijuana.
So have you already completed the packet?
Yes, Judge, we've already submitted the packet. We're just waiting on a response.
Okay, so then did she take the UA at the time?
I believe she did, Judge.
Okay. And Mr. Sosa, do you have any, do you all show the results of that UA or?
No, Judge, I don't have the results of the UA, but the PTD app was submitted on the 26th and is pending review.
Okay. And does she have another patch right now?
No, Judge.
Actually, Judge, I have a negative test on the 18th. And then the PTD application was accepted on the 26th.
When was that third drug patch taken off? Do you see that?
The drug patch, Judge, I have the report here from, they received it on 12/27/21, Judge.
Okay.
Right, Judge, and I'm not sure. I mean, those are two conflicting results. She took the UA test on the 18th, and I'm not sure how long the drug patch was on, Miss Vidal, but.
Well, and the results are already going on 6 weeks old as well. Let's come back on March the 24th at 9:30.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Villarreal, you need to pick your crowd better. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I have this morning, Judge. May
Okay.
my client and I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Mr. Vargas?
Good morning, Judge. I have a quick announcement, number 7 on your docket.
CR 20-02-361-I, Francisco Caballero. Is Mr. Caballero present?
I believe he's logged on, Judge.
Okay, there he is. What's your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, I was withdrawing from this case, Judge. It's a court-appointed case, and I had removed myself from the wheel some time back, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Rivera, then the court will grant your motion to withdraw. Ms. Rivera, who is next on the wheel?
1 second, Judge.
Okay,
Judge, and Mr. Caballero is present?
yes,
Okay, we do have an active KPS for him.
okay. At this time, I'll go ahead and recall that KPS.
And then the next on the wheel, Judge, is, does he speak English, Mr.
Yes,
Gava?
yes,
Okay.
I do.
Tracy Lynn Evans, Judge, she is next on the wheel.
Okay. Your attorney that was appointed to you is no longer on the misdemeanor wheel, sir. So your new attorney is Miss Tracy Evans. We will submit all of your information so that Miss Evans can contact you. Do you have an email address?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's Frankie Caballero 576@gmail.com.
Okay, and that's Frankie with an IE?
Yes, ma'am.
Frankie Caballero. I'm sorry, what did you say it was?
Frankie Caballero 576@gmail.com.
Okay, and a phone number for you?
956-314-4503.
Okay, we'll pass that information along to your new attorney. Your next court date is on March 24th at 9:30, okay?
Sounds good, ma'am.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Vargas?
Nothing else. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. Can I be
Oh,
excused?
yes, you may be excused, and Mr. Caballero, you are excused as well.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a nice day.
Thank you, likewise. Okay, Mr. Contreras?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here on number, what was it on the docket? Well, Eduardo Escamilla, Your Honor. Let me give you the docket number. 41, Your Honor. 41.
Okay.
Did I just get retained on this case? Then why we follow?
CR 21-10200-I, Eduardo Escamilla Marroquin. Is Mr. Marroquin present?
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Can you
Oh,
wave
there
your
you
hand,
are,
Mr.
in the blue
Eduardo?
shirt. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead, Mr. Contreras.
Your Honor, I just need 2 weeks, Your Honor. So whether or not I'm going to work it out or go forward with the trial, Your Honor, but I just need 2 weeks continuance, Your Honor.
Okay, so also what I do need is if you can please file a motion to substitute.
Judge, it's been
And-
filed, hasn't probably made it to your queue yet or to your.
Okay.
It has been accepted or not? No, we filed this morning, Judge, but I don't think it's been accepted. I can give you the envelope number if you want it.
No,
Judge.
it's fine. I'll go ahead and have that forwarded to my queue so that we
Yes.
can
Yes,
get
ma'am.
that changed. Okay, so let me see. All right, let's come back on March the 3rd at 9:30.
When that's due. Okay, Judge. Thank you so much. That's all I have.
Okay,
Mr. Escamilla and I can we be excused, Your Honor?
yes, you both may be excused.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Kennedy,
Morning, Judge.
good morning.
Judge, I represent Ms. Carmen Lujan on number 38 through 40 on your docket. Tanya Ramirez represents her on another couple of cases, but I'm afraid I don't have the docket numbers for those.
Okay, I have you for CR 21-01810-I, CR 21-01809-I, and CR 21-01808-I. Is Ms. Lujan present?
She was on Zoom, Your Honor.
Okay, I do see her present. And what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, I'm making a joint announcement on behalf of myself and also Tanya. Tanya met with Ms. Lujan yesterday, and Tanya plans to I guess, get a counter offer to the state. She didn't tell me by when, but that's her plans, and she gave me the numbers. So I'll let her make that presentation, and I'm asking for continuance.
Okay, so she's going to staff it with the state, or?
I think so. So right now, the rec is a 6 months deferred rec with some dismissals, and it includes a felony, but also some asset forfeiture cases. So there's a lot of moving parts here. And I think after Ms. Lujan's meeting with Tanya, Tanya's gonna submit a counter proposal.
Okay. I'm gonna give you some time to staff it, but it needs to be staffed during this time period because I believe she was going to be doing that the last time. So let's come back on March the 24th on all of the cases at 9:30.
Well, I can tell the staff what happened was I spoke with Tanya yesterday. What happened was we had different recs. So there was an older rec of 10 months deferred, and that's what Tanya had presented to Ms. Lujan. I had an email rec of 6 months deferred, and so there was some confusion going on. And so we got on the same page yesterday.
Okay, that's fine. I'll give you some time to do that then.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
And that's all.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor, that's all I have for today.
Okay, then you and your client are excused.
Have a good day, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Osuna?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jose Osuna for the record. We have number 25 and 26 on the court's docket. Those are CR 18-04458I and CR 18-04459I. Both of those are style State of Texas versus Adrian Guerra. Your Honor, I have not been able to reach Mr. Adrian Guerra this morning. I'm going to keep trying to get him in before the docket is up. I just sent him a text reminding him I had continuous contact in the days leading up to today's hearing. So I guess we're anticipating a tentative nice side.
Okay, then I'll give him an opportunity to get on. We still have a little bit of time left.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
We
any other case?
Yes, Your Honor. We also have number 62, and that's State of Texas versus Nathaniel Valadez, and that's CR 19-15420I. This case, my client has already gotten an ISI. This court set it for a subsequent status hearing. We had some staffing issues due to COVID. I don't believe that a follow-up letter went out to Mr. Valadez. I'd humbly ask for just one more status setting, Your Honor. He has very minimal history, so I'm sure that he's invested in the results of these cases, just to give him one last opportunity to show up.
Okay, March 10th at 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor. And finally, I have number 65. That's State of Texas versus James Ariel. I do see Mr. Ariel on. Mr. Ariel, can you acknowledge the court, please?
Yes, sir. I'm right here. Judge.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, that's CR 18-11688I. This is an older case, Your Honor. Mr. Ariel had been approved for PTD. The offer was taken back after an alleged positive drug result. I have made arrangements to have Mr. Ariel retest on Monday. We're extremely positive that he's going to test negative. I would humbly ask for an opportunity to allow that to happen, Your Honor, so I can restaff the PTD case.
Okay, I'll go ahead and allow that, and then he can come back on March the 3rd at 9:30, but if for some reason you have approval before then, let us know and we'll get you put on the afternoon docket earlier.
Yes, Your Honor. And I have nothing further, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too. Ms. Sepulveda Martinez?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 12 on the court's docket.
CR 21-06653-I, Jose Covarrubias, Cobarrubias. Is Mr. Covarrubias present?
Your Honor, I have been trying to locate him on the screen. I did send him a text. He was aware of the hearing. He is a pretrial diversion candidate, so we have been speaking, and we did recently this morning submit the pretrial diversion packet.
Okay, well, he has until the end of the docket to come on, but I don't see anybody on by that name.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I'll try to get a hold of him again, and if I am able to get in contact with him, I'll have him log on before the end of the court's docket.
Okay, so other than that, so then you haven't been able to submit the packet yet?
I did submit it this morning, Your Honor. I believe all he's pending is the drug test.
Okay.
But we haven't been in contact to prepare that application.
Okay, then let's set it for status for March the 24th at 9:30. But he does have until the end of the docket to come on so that he can avoid an ISI.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused?
You certainly may, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Lujan, you are excused, ma'am. Your cases have already been set for March the 24th, okay?
But she's a Spanish speaker.
Ms. Castañeda, please let Ms. Lujan know that she is excused. She's to return on March the 24th at 9:30.
Ms. Luján, ya se puede retirar. Su próxima corte es el día 24 de marzo a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Okay. Mr. Munoz?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 11 on the court's docket, Berta Cibrian, Judge.
Okay, CR 18-00799-I, and Ms. Cibrian did already check in with the court. Go ahead.
Judge, I'm asking, I don't have a recommendation in my file, Judge, in this case. If the state can please send me one, Judge, and I'll talk to my client, see if we can get it worked out. I know this is a very old case, so maybe we can address it accordingly.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you have any information on whether or not Ms. Cibrian has a device?
I have no information, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Castañeda, can you please ask Ms. Cibrian if she has an alcohol monitoring device?
Cibrian, ¿tiene usted un dispositivo de alcohol?
Tell her to unmute.
¿Puede prender su bocina, por favor?
Mr. Munoz, if I may.
Yes.
What's a good email for you, sir? I think I sent a recommendation to your Gmail email on the 1st.
On the 1st. Okay, I'll look for it right now after the hearing, and then I'll make contact with my client.
Okay, I'll resend it anyways. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Eduardo.
Okay, ask her now. She unmuted.
Miss Ibrian, ¿tiene usted un dispositivo de alcohol?
No, no tengo.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. All right, then how much time are you requesting, Mr. Munoz?
30 days, Judge. I should have it worked out.
March 3rd at 9:30. If you're gonna do a plea, let us know and we'll move you to the afternoon.
Perfect. May she be excused, Judge?
Yes, Ms. Castañeda, let her know that March 3rd at 9:30 and she's excused.
Miss Ibrian, su próxima corte es el día 3 de marzo a las 9:30 de la mañana y ya se puede retirar.
Ok, gracias. Que pasen un buen día.
Gracias, igualmente, ma'am. Okay, your next case, Mr. Munoz?
Number 30, Judge, on the court docket, Enrique Johnson. He's present on the Zoom.
Okay, CR 21-03-436-I. Erico Johnson, can you please announce yourself? Okay. And what is the announcement, counselor?
Judge, this is an assault case. At the time of this case, Judge, I was hired by the alleged victim. She wanted to drop charges. I understand she's not present anymore. I don't know where she's at. I know it's outside of the state. I think the best way to try and get this resolved, Judge, is to set it for a trial date and see if the state can make contact with her.
Okay, any response from the state?
Your Honor, I will make sure that if a letter has not been sent out, one will get sent out this afternoon, and then I will be in touch with Mr. Munoz to let him know. If we're not able to locate her, I will let him know right away.
Okay, what time frame or how much time do you think you'll need, Ms. Saldana?
I guess maybe 30 days, Judge.
Sure. March 10th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Perfect. May he be excused, Judge?
He certainly may. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, I also have number 51 on the court docket, State of Texas versus Marta Ramirez. Judge, this case, Judge, there's a pending felony. I don't show her present, Judge. She's here at every hearing. She lives in Mexico, Judge. So I don't know if she's having any difficulty logging in.
Okay, CR 1914530-I, Marta Alicia Ramirez. Okay. I don't know. But she hasn't.
Judge.
Oh, there she is. She's right there. She just couldn't connect to audio.
Yes, but she is on, Judge. So I'm asking the court for an additional setting, Judge, because the felony is pending.
Sure. March 24th at 9:30.
Perfect. May she be excused, Judge?
Yes, she can't hear us because she's not connected to audio.
Okay.
Okay, but go ahead. That's fine. I mean,
the next case I have, Judge, is number 53, 54, and 55 on the court docket. Perla Resendiz, Judge.
okay, CR 20-6137-I, CR 20-02893-I, and CR 19-13112-I. Perla Resendiz. Is Ms. Resendiz present?
Judge, I don't see her on the Zoom, Judge. She is present, again, Judge, at every hearing. I'm not sure why she's not on today.
She's just trying to log in right now.
Oh, okay, perfect. So on her case, Judge, same announcement, Judge. There is a felony pending, so I'm asking for another setting.
Okay. It'll be the same date then, March the 24th at 9:30. Let me just have her connect to audio, if she can. All right, and then your next case?
Judge, I don't believe we did call 47 on the court docket, Judge, Jesus Padilla.
No, we haven't yet.
So I have that one pending too, Judge.
Okay. CR 1708354-I, Jesus Padilla. Is Mr. Padilla present?
Yes. Sure.
Okay, and what is the announcement, counselor?
Same announcement on this case, Judge. I'm asking for one additional setting, and this is one of those cases that also is older, Judge. So I'd ask the state if they can send me a revised recommendation.
And how much time are you requesting?
Within 30 days, Judge.
Okay, March 3rd at 9:30. And let's see if we can get some resolution by then.
Perfect. And I believe I have one last case, Judge. That's number 2 on the court docket.
Okay,
Thank you.
Mr. Padilla, we'll see you March 3rd at 9:30. You are excused.
Thank you.
Okay, number 2, CL 21-4169-I.
Judge, this is a petition for an occupational license, Judge. We've submitted all the motions, Judge. I don't know if the state has any objection or not, Judge.
Okay, what says the state?
Judge, the state's unopposed to the granting of the occupational license. However, if defense could specify as the defendant's occupation or trade, which necessitates the granting thereof, we would greatly appreciate it.
Judge,
Okay.
I think he's just self-employed, Judge. He does different type of work, Judge. He's a little bit older in age. And so he just does odd jobs, Judge.
Okay, let me have him unmute himself. Ms. Castañeda, will you ask Mr. Jimenez to unmute himself?
Mr. Jimenez, Benito Jimenez, ¿puede prender su micrófono, por favor?
Oh, I think that he's at Mr. Muñoz's office. Maybe somebody can help.
Sí, la licencia la necesito para todas las vueltas y para el trabajo.
Okay, hold on. Tell him to hold on.
Espérese, Mr. Jimenez, espérese.
Ask him to raise his right hand.
Por favor, ¿puede levantar su mano derecha?
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Jura que el testimonio que está a punto de dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Juro que digo la verdad y nomás la pura verdad.
I swear that I'm going to say the truth and all the truth.
Okay, have him lower his hand.
Puede bajar su mano.
Okay, before we start, Mr. Muñoz, can you have somebody in your office contact Ms. Resendez and tell her she can log off? She can't hear me and she's at the hospital with her child and I don't want her having to worry about this right now. Okay. All right. Mr. Jimenez, can you tell me why it is that you need this occupational license?
Señor Jiménez, ¿me puede decir por qué es que usted necesita esta licencia ocupacional?
¿Cómo dice que para qué necesito la licencia para todas las vueltas y para pagar biles y todo lo que se necesita?
For all my things that I need to do and pay bills and things that I need to do.
Judge, if we can just recall it in 5 minutes, Judge, let me just talk to him. And
It's okay. It's okay. Well,
Okay.
the state's not opposing it. I'm just going to put a little bit on just so that, you know, we can go ahead and have something on the record. Ms. Castañeda, just ask him, is he needing his vehicle so that he can work?
¿Necesita usted su carro para trabajar?
Pues para todas mis vueltas y todo lo que tenga que hacer. Ir a traer comida para la casa y todas las vueltas.
For all the things that I need to drive to do, get food, groceries.
Okay. Mr. Munoz, do you show if your client has an interlock device?
I believe he does, Judge, as part of the occupational license. I believe that an interlock is installed, Judge.
Okay, Miss Soto, have you been receiving reports yet?
Judge, no, I have not.
Okay. Ms. Castañeda, can you please ask Mr. Jimenez for his phone number?
Señor Jiménez, por favor, ¿me puede dar su número de teléfono?
Sí, cómo no, es 956-331-4893.
956-331-4893.
Okay, ask him if he has an interlock device.
Mr. Jiménez, ¿tiene usted un dispositivo de alcohol?
Ahorita nada.
Right
Okay.
now, I don't have anything.
All right, just explain to him, Mr. Munoz, that he'll need to obtain the interlock device as part of the occupational license. The court is granting his request and we'll have that order forwarded to my queue and I'll sign off on it.
Perfect. I will let him know, Judge. That's all I have this morning, Judge. If he may be excused and myself as well, Judge.
Yes, Ms. Castaneda, let him know that his attorney's gonna explain to him what else it is that he needs, but the court is granting his occupational license.
Ok, Mr. Jiménez, su abogado le va a explicar qué más necesita, pero la corte está aprobando su licencia ocupacional.
Ok, gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, let him know he is excused.
Ya se puede retirar, Mr. Jiménez.
Ok, gracias. Que pase
Thank
buen
you.
día.
Have a good day.
Igualmente, sir.
That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused, Judge?
You certainly may, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Banker? Attorney Charles Banker?
Did you call my name, Judge?
I certainly did.
I'm here. Judge, number 59, Mr. Sergio Sosa.
Okay, I did see that Mr. Sosa is present, CR 21-04-243-I.
Judge, discovery has been satisfied. I'm just going to need some more time to go over that with him. He has a very busy work schedule. And if you might just give it, if possible, give us a short reset, 30 days maybe, to go over
Sure.
talk about his options.
March 3rd at 9:30.
Can I check my calendar, Judge, on that, if you don't mind?
Sure.
Thank you. And that still will be by Zoom, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Judge, that works for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Mr. Sosa, you're excused also, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Sanchez, Attorney Sergio Sanchez, do you have a quick announcement before I take up the pleas?
Judge, yes, ma'am, I do. Your Honor, good morning.
Good morning. What's the number, sir?
Judge, I've got Eugene Miklik, and his case number is oh, I'm sorry, that's on the 130 docket, Judge. This morning on your, I'm covering for Miss Priscilla. She's out of Cameron County.
Oh, Needwitz?
Yes, Priscilla Needowitz, Your Honor. My client's name is Alejandro Garza. He's 22 on the docket.
Okay,
This is with
Okay, CR 21-04-012-I, Alejandro Garza. Are you present? Mr. Garza? Okay, Mr. Garza is present. And go ahead, Mr. Sanchez. What is the announcement?
Judge, so Priscilla's been having a hard time getting a hold, Miss Needowitz has been having a hard time getting a hold of Mr. Garza. I would ask the court to please admonish him to contact her office. Priscilla Needowitz, she's out of Cameron County.
Okay.
And it's to discuss a plea offer that was made by the state. And it might just be an issue of updating a phone number or something like that. They've just been having a hard time getting a hold of each other.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Garza, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can I get an updated phone number for you?
It's 956-295-8892.
Okay, the state has made an offer to your attorney, so I need for you to please contact her as soon as possible so that they can discuss that offer with you. Do you have an alcohol monitoring device?
I have the safety check app.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you have anything?
295-8892.
Judge has no violations, Judge.
Okay, 0 violations. Great job. Okay, all right. So, Mr. Sanchez, I went ahead and let Mr. Garza, I got a phone number 956-295-8892. He will contact Ms. Needwood's office so that they can discuss the plea offer extended by the state.
Thank you very much, Your Honor, and thank you for letting me cover for Ms. Needowitz. She wanted me to tell you that she had a previously scheduled, I believe, in-person hearing, and she helps me out in Cameron regularly. So all I know to do is return the favor.
Okay, so just have Mr. Garza come back on March the 3rd at 9:30.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. I'll get the phone number of Mr. Garza and the new date to Ms. Nedowitz.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I'll see you this afternoon.
Okay, and Mr. Garza, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. All right. I don't see, we'll go ahead and take up the pleas because I do not see any other attorneys that are on right now. Okay, so Diego Salinas, if you can please turn on your camera. Diego Salinas.
Good morning, Your Honor. Hector Hernandez. I do see he's logged on. I'm gonna send him a text message. There he goes.
Okay, Mr. Salinas, can you please turn on your camera? And Mateo Centeno. Mateo Centeno. Mr. Centeno, please unmute yourself and keep the camera on your face. Mr. Salinas, Diego Salinas, I need for you to turn your camera on, sir. Mr. Centeno, can you hear me?
Your Honor, Diego just sent me a message. He just said 1 second. He might be in the middle of something.
Mr. Centeno, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, make sure you stay like that so that you can answer the questions, okay?
Uh-huh.
It's yes or no, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, and we're just gonna wait for Mr. Salinas to get his camera on. While we're waiting for Mr. Salinas, can you please clarify, on Mr. Salinas, what is the recommendation?
1 second. It's going to be to CR 20-06-565I, a $100 fine plus court costs, plus 5 months to adjudication, plus a drug education course, and a dismissal of CR 20-07-100I for that plea, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Centeno, I'm not sure where you are, but there's a lot of noise.
No, ma'am. I'm at my house.
Okay.
Your Honor, regarding Diego Salinas, he's texting that he's having some technical difficulties. Would you like for me to tell him to maybe log off and try to log
I think
back?
he called, he did put his camera on. Diego, can you hear me?
There you
Judge,
go.
I think it's because he's calling on one and on the video on the other.
Yeah. Let me remove the call. I think he accidentally did that. Okay, he can't hear me because he hasn't turned, he's trying to connect to audio. There you go. Diego, can you hear me? Go ahead and unmute and turn on your camera, Diego. Can you hear me? I'm not sure what he's having issues with. It says that it's connected to audio, so he should be able to hear us and start his video.
And I've texted him, Your Honor, notifying him he should know where the buttons are in terms of on his screen, how to access it
Okay, Mr. Salinas, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
It was a settings issue. I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right. Mr. Centeno and Mr. Salinas, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Centeno, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Salinas, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, lower your hands. In in CR 21094112-I, State of Texas versus Mateo Centeno, is that your true and correct name?
Yes, ma'am.
CR 2006565-I, State of Texas versus Diego Salinas, is that your true and correct name?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Centeno, you are before the court charged with racing on highway, a Class B misdemeanor. Mr. Salinas, you're before the court charged with possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a Class B misdemeanor. The Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment that you can receive for the offense of which you are charged? Mr. Centeno, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
You both have the right to an attorney and the right to a trial by jury. You can waive one or both of those rights by signing a written document with this court. At this time, I'm going to ask you, did you have an opportunity to review that document with your attorney before signing it? Mr. Centeno, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand that when you signed that document that you were waiving your right to a trial by jury? Yes or no, Mr. Centeno?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the court will accept your waiver of trial by jury. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane? Mr. Centeno, yes or no?
No, ma'am.
And Mr. Salinas?
No, ma'am.
Counselors, in speaking with your clients, do you find them to be mentally competent and able to assist you in their own defense? Mr. Jalili?
Mr. Centeno is competent and able to assist in his defense, Your Honor.
And Mr. Hernandez?
Salinas, Your Honor.
The court will make a finding that the defendants before the court are mentally competent and able to assist their attorneys in their own defense. Do each of you understand that if the punishment that I assess does not exceed what's recommended by the state, you will need this court's permission if you decide to file an appeal? Do you understand that, Mr. Centeno, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you further understand that the court does not have to accept the state's recommendation? Mr. Centeno, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Centeno?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Salinas, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
In CR 2109412-I, the state of Texas versus Mateo Centeno to the offense of racing on highway, a Class B misdemeanor, sir, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
In CR 2006565-I, state of Texas versus Diego Salinas to the offense of possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are each of you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? Mr. Centeno, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the court will accept your pleas as being freely and voluntarily given. I will call for state's evidence at this time.
Yes, Your Honor. State offers plea documents and offense reports as States Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal, States Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as States Exhibit 3, and waiver of risks and needs assessment as States Exhibit 4. State would request defense counsel stipulate to venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court. Further, state would request defense counsel stipulate to the fact that all evidence which has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate today's pleas.
Okay, Mr. Jalili, any objections?
No objections, so stipulated, Your Honor.
And Mr. Hernandez? Mr. Hernandez, I think you're having trouble with your audio.
Same as me, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
No, you froze.
Same announcement.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, there being no objection from defense counsel as to the exhibits are hereby admitted and approved. And is Mr. Centeno going to be, is he PTD placement or is he, are you giving him what rec is he getting?
No, Judge, it's a regular probation recommendation.
Okay. Then in CR 21-09412-I, the state of Texas versus Mateo Centeno, it is a judgment of the court, sir, that you are guilty as charged. And what's the state's recommendation?
State respectfully recommends a $200 fine, court costs, 180 days at Hidalgo County Jail, probated over 4 months, a defensive driving course, and 20 CSRs.
Okay, Mr. Jalili, any questions or requests on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, we're respectfully requesting that the CSR be waived. Mr. Centeno is gainfully employed, and also any consideration as to the fine, court costs, and supervisory fee, Your Honor.
Okay. The court is granting your request. The 20 CSR hours will be waived. He'll have 90 days to pay the fine and 90 days to pay the court costs. And Mr. Centeno, a phone number for you, please.
It's gonna be 956-274-2910.
Okay, sir, you'll be receiving a call from the probation department at their earliest convenience. Please make sure to answer, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. Anything else, Mr. Jalili?
Nothing further before the court this morning, Your Honor. May I be excused, or myself and my client be excused?
Yes, you both may be excused. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In CR 20-6-565-I, the state of Texas versus Diego Salinas, it is a judgment of the court, sir, that you are guilty as charged. And what's the state's recommendation?
State respectfully recommends a $100 fine, court costs, 5 months deferred adjudication, and a drug education course.
Okay, any questions or requests on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so because you are on deferred, Mr. Salinas, then your finding of guilt will be deferred until the end of your 5 months to see if you've completed what you're supposed to do successfully. And I'll give you 90 days to pay the fine and 90 days to pay the court costs. And therefore, the rest of the recommendation I will follow. Do you have, can I get a phone number for you, Mr. Salinas?
Yes, it's 956-450-4025.
Okay, sir, you'll receive a call from the probation department at their earliest convenience. Please make sure that you answer, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything else, Mr. Hernandez? Okay, he's frozen. All right, Mr. Salinas, I think your attorney's having technical difficulties, but you are excused, sir.
Thank you. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, you too. All right, okay, Miss Marroquin, who is your attorney?
Alberto Osorio.
Okay, if you want to contact Mr. Osorio.
I did, Your Honor. He said it was just a hearing for status for my dismissal of PTD.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so you're just checking in for that.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right, that is CR 1815279-I. That's number 42 on the court's docket. Can the state confirm that Ms. Marroquin has complied?
Judge, this is a 6-month status. The agreement was a minimum of a year for dismissal.
Okay. And how's she doing?
I believe she's doing good, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Marroquin. Okay, can I get another, when another 6-month status will be so we can see if she'll be removed?
Judge, let's do August the 2nd.
Okay, Ms. Marroquin, continue doing what you're doing and you'll come back on August 2nd at 9:30 and hopefully that'll be your last setting, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, Mr. Lozano, who is your attorney? Robert Lozano, who's your attorney? You need to unmute, sir.
Judge, it's Dennis Ramirez, and I believe he's connecting to audio.
Oh, okay. Mr. Ramirez, go ahead.
Yes, Judge. Just the Wi-Fi kind of faded on me. Let me connect.
I think it's Spectrum because that happened to me this morning. Since 9 a.m. I had a lot of trouble getting on. I think Mr. Hernandez had that issue as well.
Yes, Judge. And I was also going from my office back to the house to drop off something. So I think that definitely played into it.
Okay. All right. We're on CR 21-03791-I, State of Texas versus Robert Lozano. Mr. Lozano is present. Go ahead.
Your Honor, Dennis Ramirez on behalf of Mr. Lozano, this is a status hearing for today. He does have the device. There's been no violations, Your Honor. After visiting with my client and the state, and also we ironed out the discovery issue. It had been sent to the court-appointed lawyer inadvertently, and she did forward it to me, Judge. So I've had an opportunity to review the discovery in this. We will be pursuing and filing a motion to suppress. But as a point of clarification and a request to the court today, and I did visit with the state on this issue yesterday, this is a Class B misdemeanor, Your Honor. And at the arraignment, the state did request a device because it was his second arrest, not his second conviction. After visiting with my client, going through court records and visiting with the issue on the prior arrest, that prior arrest did not lead to a final conviction, and actually the case was expunged, and it was several years ago, Judge, is what I understand. So really and truly, this is a Class B misdemeanor, DWI. He does not have any prior convictions. The arrest should not have come up, but because it was expunged properly. However, it did, and the state has put that on the record already. So what I'm asking the court today to consider is a bond modification to remove the device, Your Honor. It has been over a year now that he's had the device without any violations, any issues whatsoever. My client is gainfully employed. He works he lives in the Mercedes area, works in Cameron County, and he's had zero issues, Judge, and it's become a big economic issue for him and his family to cope with this.
Okay, any response from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, while everything defense counsel says is true, respectfully, the state would be in opposition to removing the interlock device because in this instant case, there was a single vehicle accident, a major rollover, as well as blood drawn, which indicated a blood alcohol content of 0.24.
But it wasn't reclassified as a Class A.
That's correct, Judge. Right now, it's filed as a Class B.
Okay. So let me seek some clarification from Ms. Lozano, if you don't mind. Since the first arrest was expunged, in reading the statute, does that still count as an arrest either way?
I wouldn't think so, Judge. In all honesty, I wouldn't think so, because it is expunged, so it shouldn't be mentioned at all in a sense, since it has been taken off his record.
Okay, and I agree with you. Ms. Soto, do you have a report on Mr. Lozano?
Yes, Judge, I just went back for the whole year. He did get his device activated on December the 26th of 2020, and he has no violations at all, Judge.
Okay. At this time, the court taking into consideration what both defense counsel and the state has put on the record, and also the fact that he's had 0 violations, and it is still filed as a Class B misdemeanor, the court is granting the defendant's request and bond modification, and will order the removal of the device. And if you can get an order to that effect, Mr. Ramirez, I'll have that forwarded to my queue and we'll sign off on it.
Yes, Judge. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, so now that you have all the discovery and now that you've gotten all that squared away, how much time are you requesting to see Oh, you're going to be filing a motion to suppress. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, Your
Okay.
Honor. It has not been prepared or filed yet.
Okay, on your order setting hearing for that motion to suppress, I do need for you to indicate whether it'll be in person or virtual.
Thank you, Judge. I'll visit with my client on that issue and we'll include that as appropriate.
Okay, I'm gonna set a tickler for February the 11th to make sure that that suppression motion is filed.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, okay, Mr. Lozano, we'll see you at your next hearing will be your suppression hearing, sir, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, you're excused. Mr. Ramirez, any other case?
Yes, Judge, I do have another case and pardon me, I don't have the case number yet. It's Christopher Charles Moreno.
Number 45, Judge.
Okay, that's CR 1915081-I. Christopher Moreno, is Mr. Moreno present?
I did confirm with him. He
Is that
logged
him in the
Judge.
blue shirt?
Yes, that's me, ma'am.
Okay, all right. And what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, if we can set this up for a plea, I've discussed this case with my client. I know he wants it over and done with. He has requested, since I've been appointed to represent him for some time now, and it's been pending for 3 years, he's requested a dismissal, but unfortunately, I'll visit with him on that issue. However, the state and I have previously discussed a plea, which I think is very appropriate in light of where we're at on this case. So if I can get this set for a plea date, Your Honor.
Okay, how long?
Mr.
Your Honor,
If I may, sir, an alternative dispute resolution recommendation was made. Of course, we can provide a regular recommendation. Just wanted to clarify whether you would still be interested in that ADR or if you want us to formulate a new recommendation.
and perhaps I misspoke, but yes, it is an ADR. However, if we cannot fully comply with it, Judge, because that's been an issue as well, if we can't fully comply with the ADR for the dismissal that my client's asking for, then a plea date to make sure we get that done. So in light of that, perhaps 30 days out to make sure he complies with everything. If not, he knows he's had his opportunity to dismiss it. He wasn't able to comply, and now it is a plea.
Okay, March 10th at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing further before this honorable court, Judge. Good to see everyone. May I be excused?
Yes, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Morales?
Yes, Judge, I'm right here.
Good morning, sir. Okay, your client has not checked in, Ms. Cuellar.
She should be logging on, Judge. My office had just spoken to her, told her to log in, gave her the login information.
Okay,
For some reason,
so
we didn't have it in our calendar, so.
was she able to get screened for mental health court?
Your Honor, I'm actually trying to get a hold of Belinda. She's actually been out sick all this week. And this was my first week back, so I'm trying to get an update on that.
Judge, and my paralegal is out with COVID also, so I was trying to reach her to see if she had an answer for me, but she's not answering her phone either.
Okay, let's go ahead and I'll extend a courtesy to both of y'all in light of that information, and we'll come back on March the 10th at 9:30 and see if y'all have time between now and then.
All right.
Thank
you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Okay, Ms. Perez, who's your attorney?
But if someone Reyes.
It's Samuel Reyes.
Okay, have you spoken to him today?
I told one of his I had texted some lady and she said that he was gonna go ahead and get on once he is called, but I'm not really sure how that works.
Okay.
I was contacting her because I didn't see him on the meeting. I was like, is he gonna get on? Because I didn't see him. I usually see him most of the time, but she said that he was gonna get on once they call him.
Okay. Mr. Sosa, what do you show on this? Has Mr. Reyes reached out to you?
We've sent paperwork on this, Judge.
Okay. I'll give you an opportunity if you want to call him and let him know that we're at the end of the docket. He's the last one and maybe one more.
Okay, let me go ahead and let him know.
Okay, thank you. Miss De Leon, Melissa De Leon. Melissa De Leon. Okay. Mr. Guerra, Giovanni Guerra.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Guerra, your attorney has their office contacted us that he is in a contested in-person hearing in another court. So they have not released them yet. So I'm gonna have you come back on March the 3rd at 9:30, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And next time you come back, although I appreciate that you are very respectful, please comb your hair.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that.
All right. Okay, you are in a court of law, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you then, Mr. Guerra.
All right. You have a good day.
Thank you.
Judge, if I may?
Yes, go ahead.
Your Honor, on number 2, 3, and 4, Ms. Garza's client, Ms. Melissa De Leon, who's on Zoom, that is the alleged victim, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I believe that she made contact with our office and she had been in contact with the state. It is a DV unit case, Judge. But the
Okay,
announcement has already been made.
yeah, but she's not responding.
I'm sorry, were you mentioning me? I'm sorry.
Yes, I was.
I'm sorry, it's because I'm in the office setting and my apologies, Judge.
Okay, that's fine. So Miss De Leon, there was an announcement that was already made on Mr. Arredondo's case. And we're gonna be coming back on March the 10th at 9:30. But I believe Miss Saldana, did you need Miss De Leon to contact you?
I can get in contact with her, Judge.
Okay, so Miss De Leon, I appreciate you logging on. So they're gonna contact you shortly, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Okay,
you,
so
you are excused.
Oh, I'm sorry, one more question. So that is in regards to all 3 of those cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a
Thank you. You too. Okay, Miss Bettis, any success?
No, ma'am. I texted them, no answered. I texted my mom to see if she can call the DA's office so she can go, or someone from there, so they can get in
Okay.
contact with him.
All right, hold on, let me. Okay, we'll go ahead and reset you to March the 10th
Okay.
at 9:30.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. You take care.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. All right, Miss Cuellar is Jennifer Cuellar, and she's not able to connect. Oh, there she is. Miss Cuellar, can you hear me? Miss Cuellar, can you hear me? Okay, while she gets on, let's go ahead and go through the docket. Number 12 is who I have not shown up. Number 25. Ms. Castañeda, number 50 was reset to what date?
May 5th, Your Honor. He has the felony set for May 4th.
Okay. Did anybody call in on number 61?
Judge, I didn't speak to anybody, but let me just check the system.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then I have number 61. That's it. Okay. Jose Covarrubias, Jose Covarrubias, Jose Covarrubias. Adrian Gerardo Guerra, Adrian Gerardo Guerra, Adrian Gerardo Guerra. Abel Tamez, Abel Tamez, Abel Tamez. Okay, what says the state of those no-show defendants?
They request an eyesight be granted, a capias issued, and all bonds forfeited on these no-show defendants.
That'll be granted. Okay, that concludes this morning's docket.